Hello and welcome to Drill and Kill. That's correct, my friend. This is where we drill until we kill all the mistakes. So, without further ado, let's get on to our first problem. And here we go, my friends. 5/8 times 1/3. And the very first thing I want to do is go ahead and create a fraction box. I'm going to make a little more room here. And here we go. All right, so now I've got a big old fraction box. I want to make 8 parts, which means I'll draw 7 lines. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 lines. Should give me 8 parts. Let's double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Super! I get 5 out of those 8. So let's go ahead and fill in 5 of those bad boys, right? And I'm going to start from the bottom and go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Bring it straight across. And then I've got to center that. And bam, there we have it. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 out of 6, 7, 8. Perfect, my friend. All right. So the next thing I want to do is go ahead and create the thirds, right? So the thirds are going to be going up and down. 3 parts means 2 lines. So I've got 1 line and a second line. And now I've got 1, 2, 3 parts, right? I only get 1 out of those 3. So now I want to do a different color. And here we go with purple. There we have it. All right, so now where they intersect is what I actually get, right? So let's go ahead and circle that. And I'm going to circle right here. And that is the portion that you get from the 5/8 of 1/3, right? And that's it right there. So let's go ahead and number those. And before I do, I want to just enlarge this a little bit so I have a little bit more room to write my numbers. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I get 5 out of the entire fraction box. 1, 2, 3 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. 3 times 8 is going to give me 24. So I have 5 24ths. And that, my friends, is your answer. Now, this is the mathematical model for solving that. What does the algorithm look like? Well, when you're multiplying fractions, all you do is multiply the numerators and then you multiply the denominators. So let's go ahead and do that. 5 times 1 is going to give me 5. And then 8 times 3 will give me 24. And lo and behold, 5 24ths agrees with our mathematical model right there of 5 24ths. And that is always beautiful, my friend. Hey, if you made a mistake anywhere along the way, no worries at all. Pause the video, fix your mistake. That is the fastest way to learn. And now, let's move on to problem number 2. And here it is, 5/7 times 2/4. All right, so I'm going to create this fraction first. So I'm going to shrink that so I have a little more room. And I'm going to make a big old fraction box right there. And then I want to make 7 parts, which means I'll draw 6 lines. And let's rock and roll. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 lines should give me 7 parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Perfect, my friends. All right, so now I get 5 out of those 7. So I'm going to go ahead and color in 5 of those. And here we go. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then I'm going to just bring it straight on across and then try and center it a little bit. And bam, right there we have it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of 6, 7. Now I want to create fourths going up and down like this. 4 parts means I'll draw 3 lines. So 1, 2, and 3 lines gives me 1, 2, 3, 4 parts, right? Now I get 2 out of those 4. So now I'm going to use a different color and I'm going to color in 2 of the 4. And here we go. Bam, right there. Perfect. Now, where they intersect, going this way and this way, is what I actually get. So I'm going to get these right here. Bam! Right there. That's the group that I actually get. So let's go ahead and count those bad boys, right? And let's enlarge this a bit. So I got a little bit. Oh, it's running away from me. Did you see that? All right. Want a little more room. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 out of, let's count all of them. 1, 2, 3, 4 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 4 times 7 is 28. So I'm going to go 10 28ths. And that right there is your answer, my friend. However, I must be honest with you and tell you that 10 28ths can be simplified. And we know that because both 10 and 28 are even numbers, so they can be simplified by using the giant 1 and dividing by 2 over 2. And then 10 divided by 2 will give me 5, and 28 divided by 2 will give me 14, and bam, 5/14 is a simplified form of 10 28ths. Now, you did not have to do this for the exercise today. However, I want you to know how to simplify your fractions, and that's how you would do it. What I do need you to understand is how to illustrate this fraction of 5/7 times 2/4. So this is the mathematical model, and now let's go ahead and look at how we would solve the algorithm, and that is super simple, my friend. You just multiply your numerators and then you multiply your denominators. So let's go ahead and do that right now. And I'm going to go 5 times 2 is going to give me 10. And then 7 times 4 is going to give me 28. And lo and behold, look right there. Our algorithm here agrees with our mathematical model right there. And that is always beautiful, my friend. All right. Hey, if you made a mistake anywhere along the way, no worries at all. Pause the video, fix your mistake. That is the fastest way to learn. And now, let us move on to problem number 3. And here we go. 5/6 times 2/5. And I'm going to create this fraction first. So I'm going to make my big old fraction box here, right? And then I want to break this fraction box into 6 parts. 6 parts means 5 lines. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 lines. And I get 5 out of those 6. So I'm going to color in the first 5 of them. Bam! That is, well, almost done. I need to bring this down a little bit, make it a little bigger. Superb! All right, I'm a little off here, but that'll work. All right, so now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of 6. And now all I have to do is create my fifths. So my fifths are going to go up and down like this. 5 parts means 4 lines. So let's go ahead and do that. 1, 2, 3, and 4 lines gives me 5 parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, right? Now I get 2 out of those 5. So I'm going to color in a different color going this direction. Oops, not like that, my friends. I want to use the box. There we go. All right, and I've got 2 of those, right? 1, 2. Now where they intersect here, going up and down this way and across this way, that's where they intersect, and that's the part that I get, this section right here. So let's go ahead and count those up, and we'll do that by actually first enlarging this so I have a little bit more room. And here we go. Ready? And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and I've got 10, right? Out of, and then we've got to count all of the boxes here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 5 times 6 is going to give me 30. So I have 10 30ths. 10 30ths. And that right there, my friends, is your answer. Now, once again, these are both divisible by 10 actually, right? So I can simplify this quite a bit. Let me show you what you would do here. First of all, you're going to divide, and then actually let me tell you a super secret trick. If there's 10 with a 0 on top and a 30 with a 0 on the bottom, you can really just, if you divide by 10, which I'm going to do in a second over here, you would just really get rid of these zeros and have 1/3. Watch how that works. So I'm going to go ahead and create my giant 1. And I'm going to do divided by 10 over 10, right? And 10 divided by 10 gives you 1. And then right here, 30 divided by 10 is going to give you 3, right? And you end up with 1/3. Now that is the simplified form of 10/30ths. You did not have to simplify. However, I like you to know how to do it. All right? So that is your answer. This is the mathematical model that you would show. And that I did want you to do correctly. Now, then, once you got this done, let's go ahead and do the algorithm, right? So when you're multiplying fractions, it's super simple. You just multiply your numerators, and then you multiply your denominators. So let's go ahead and do that right now. And 5 times 2 is going to give me 10. And then 6 times 5 is going to give me 30. And lo and behold, right there, 10/30ths agrees with our mathematical model right there, and that is always very important to do, my friends. Hey, if you made a mistake anywhere along the way, no worries at all. Pause that video, fix that mistake. That is the fastest way to learn. And now, on to our fourth and final problem of this video. And we're off and running. 7/9 times 4/6. All right, so once again, the first thing we're going to do is make our fraction box here, right? So I've got to cut this. I'm going to create the first fraction, right? So I got to cut this into 9 parts. 9 parts means 8 lines. And here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 lines. That should give me 9 parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Sure enough. All right, now I get 7 out of those 9, so I'm going to color in 7 parts. So let's go ahead and I'm going to start here from the bottom and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And then bring it straight on across and center it. And bam! Perfect. Well, okay, not exactly, because let's just make this line a little better. Perfect. All right. So good. All right. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 out of 8, 9. Perfect. Now I want to make 6 parts going up and down. 6 parts means 5 lines. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 lines. That should be 6 parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Perfect, my friends. Now, I get 4 out of those 6, so I'm going to color in 4 of these 6. And here we go. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I'm going to come straight down. And then where they intersect, right here, is the section that we're counting, right? So that is the part they get, where they intersect this way and this way, right? So let's go ahead and count those guys up, right? And I'm going to actually enlarge this so I have a little bit more room to write. And here we go, my friends. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, and 28. Perfect. Out of, well, let's count how much, right? So now I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's going to be out of 54, my friends. So your answer is 28 28/54, right? However, I must tell you that this fraction can be simplified, and the reason we know it can be simplified is that both of these are even, so that's a key indication that they can be simplified. And let's go ahead and we're going to divide these by the giant 1 of 2/2, and then that's going to give us a new simplified fraction. 28 divided by 2 is going to give me 14, and then down here 54 divided by 2 is going to give me 27, and that right there, my friends, 14/27 is the reduced or simplified form of 28/54. Now, once again, you did not have to do this, but I like to show you how to simplify your fractions. This is actually what you needed to do. You needed to illustrate that, let's just get the fraction here so you can see it. 7/9 times 4/6 would give you 28/54. Now, this is the mathematical model. Let's take a look at what the algorithm would look like. When you're multiplying fractions, multiply the numerators straight across, and then multiply the denominators straight across as well, my friends. And let's do that right now. And 7 times 4 is going to give you 28. Let's drop your 28 right there. And then you've got 9 times 6, which is 54. And bam, 28/54 agrees with our mathematical model right there of 28/54. Hey, that's all you need to do to solve this problem. If you made a mistake anywhere along the way, no worries at all, my friend. Pause the video, fix your mistake. That is the fastest way to learn. Until next time, I hope you have a fantastic day. I'll see you soon.